Well, good afternoon from the East Coast. Dean Bender here, Executive Director with the American Vein and Lymphatic Society. So excited to have everybody on board. We're just going to give them another 20-30 seconds while everybody gets logged into today's exhibition update webinar. This is something we started a few years ago to give everybody an opportunity to know the latest, greatest in our details of what's happening with our annual Congress. And in this year, of course, we're co-hosting the World Congress of the UIP alongside of the American Venous Forum, the Canadian Society of Phlebology, and the Mexican Academy of Phlebology and Lymphology. And so we're so excited to have everybody teaming together to bring what will be the world's largest meeting of venous and lymphatic medicine. And so it's an exciting time as we prepare for September 17th through the 21st. Let's see here. So let's get started. Again, glad to have everybody's participation. Today, this will be recorded and made available to everybody following today's webinar. Just a reminder on our Congress leadership, the Congress president is Kathleen Gibson. Our scientific chairs, and they're the ones responsible for the majority of our educational programming, all of that is John Blabia, Alan Davies, and Fedor Lurie. They've put in a lot of work over the last 18 months working with what looks like to be some 270 to 280 total faculty that will be bringing together this year's program. We've also got the North American Organizing Committee. This is chaired by Sergio Giannassini, but then also representatives from the four societies, Jeff Schoonover, Pauline Raymond Martinbow, Glenn Jacobowitz, and Javier Soralde Galagos out of Mexico. And they've been responsible for really bringing and connecting the international community around this meeting and event. And when you go take a look at the detailed program, you're going to see an entire session block dedicated to what's going on around the world in the world of venous and lymphatic medicine. So we're grateful to all of this leadership and then our various program chairs, as well as all of the faculty that will be coming together this September. Anything you want to see about the UIP and the planning and all of that, go to uip2023.org. And once you're there, you'll now see access to the detailed schedule. That's about 90-95% accurate at this point. Some of the programs are still finalizing various things and various sessions as they're putting together the final touches on that program. But it'll give you a good feel for everything that we're doing across the Congress. Want to just throw out a special thank you to those commercial partners that have stepped up and are sponsoring the Congress at either our platinum sponsorship level or as a gold exhibition sponsor as well. Without your support and even the support of all of you that are here on this webinar today that are planning on exhibiting with us, have already made plans or intend to exhibit with us as well. You know, your support and participation in this event is what helps us really pull together all of this great knowledge and experience from around the world. Let's take you through quickly the exhibition schedule, just so you're aware of everything happening, particularly as it relates to you as a commercial partner for the Congress this year. Key on Sunday, September 17th, different than the traditional AVLS meeting. This meeting does run from Sunday to Thursday. But exhibition setup is Sunday morning, 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. We are in the exhibition hall A. I'll show you some maps here shortly so you can get a feel for the layout of where we are. If, however, you're setting something up and you need access outside of these set hours, just reach out to Amy Pfaffenbach, our Director of Meetings, and we'll see what we can do to schedule in and around those activities. Sunday morning, we have our hands-on workshops. We're running 2 workshops, the lymphedema and wound workshop. That has a capacity of about 90 attendees. And then our ultrasonography hands-on workshop. And I believe we're at 40 max for that as well. That'll be Sunday morning before the programming starts. The education programming on Sunday will commence at 2 o'clock and will run from 2 to 5 on Sunday. But key to know, two key things here is the welcome reception will be in the exhibition hall. This is Sunday evening from 5 p.m. to 6:30. We'll be serving cocktails and appetizers during that time, which is critical that you complete your exhibition, your booth set up by 2:30 Sunday afternoon, so that our AGS, our expo company, will have an opportunity to clean the exhibit area and all of that in between. So 5 o'clock to 6:30 Monday evening is the welcome reception. The opening ceremony of the Congress, that'll happen in Grand Ballroom B that evening at 6:30. Also going on in the exhibit hall during the 6:30 to 8 o'clock hour are posters. And as you look at the exhibition hall map, you'll see we have islands set up with various posters and all of the abstracts that have been submitted. The judging session will occur during that evening on Sunday evening. And then those awards will be announced and made visible on Monday morning. Jumping to Monday, educational sessions start 8:30, run to 6 o'clock. Your exhibition hours are from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Breakfast symposiums, many of you have elected to sponsor and will be hosting a educational breakfast symposium. Those are from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Attendee lunch, we will be serving a light lunch in the exhibit hall. That'll run from 12 o'clock to 1:30. I wanted to go really, really light, but Amy is challenging on me. I wanted peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but I think we're going to do something probably a little bit nicer for the attendees during that time. But lunch symposiums, the sponsored symposiums, they'll start at 12:30, run to 2 o'clock. And then on Monday evening, there's a group called Women as One, and they will be holding a reception at the Lowe's Hotel from 6:30 to 8 p.m., celebrating women in the medical field and particularly in the world of phlebology. Tuesday evening schedule is educational sessions. Again, the exhibition hours are from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Same for our breakfast symposiums. In addition, Medtronic will be sponsoring a Women in Phlebology breakfast parallel as well. Our attendee lunch, the lunch symposiums again, and then Dr. Mark Moline and the Space Foundation are going to be hosting a Space Forum reception. One of the session programs during this year's is our Space Forum, where they'll be looking at cutting edge research that's going on in low Earth gravity, and they're having a reception on Tuesday evening. Now, aside from those two sponsored sessions from outside sponsorships, Monday night and Tuesday night, as you're looking at doing your corporate entertaining, any events that you might be holding off-site, all of that, those 2 evenings are great opportunities to do that, take advantage of South Beach area, Miami Beach. Also, we do have other facilities available at the Lowe's and other hotels if you're looking for any assistance in maybe putting together something that you would like to do as a corporate entity. Please reach out to Amy and we'll see what we can do to assist you in any entertaining events, things of that nature you'd like to do on Monday evening or Tuesday evening. We get to Wednesday then. Again, our educational sessions will run from 6:30. That's a typo on that. I believe we're actually done at 5 p.m. on Wednesday. Exhibition will run from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. So that's a little shorter day on Wednesday. And then we have, of course, our breakfast symposiums, our attendee lunches, the lunch symposiums. Wednesday afternoon, we will be breaking down the exhibit hall. So from 2:30 to about 6 o'clock or so is when you'll want to plan to break down your exhibitions. And then prepare for the White Party UIP Gala. This will be an outdoor event, weather permitting, at the Lowe's Hotel. It is a ticketed event, and that'll happen from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. So that's an evening where the UIP, the AVLS, all the North American societies involved will get together. Everybody is welcome as commercial partners. We'd definitely love to have you participate in that event as well. Should be a fun time. And that evening party is being sponsored by Medi USA, as well as Center for Vein Restoration. So should be an exciting, fun time there. And as a white party, you'll learn more about it as we get closer, but basically plan on your best white linen shirts, white clothes. Everybody is just a whiteout. So should be a fun evening for all. Thursday is our final day, closing day. We'll have educational sessions from 8:30 to 10. Breakfast symposium, the closing sessions, and Congress officially closes at 1:30 p.m. on Thursday. All of our commercial partners, exhibitor personnel, of course, are available to attend any of the educational sessions. And so, for those of you sticking around Thursday, definitely you're welcome to sit in and participate in those various activities and events. So the Congress Exhibition Hall, this is the Miami Beach Convention Center. And as you look at this, we've highlighted the various areas that we'll be utilizing. It is a 2-story venue. The level 1, which is the main ground level, you'll see the main entrance. This is on the west side of the convention center. And the attendees will be coming in. We'll have registration just off here to the left. The 2 yellow rooms, these are educational rooms. We'll be holding our breakfast symposiums, lunch symposiums in there, but also the educational content will also throughout the entire day will be going on in those 2 rooms. And that is right in front of the exhibition hall. So as you come through the main entrance here, around the escalator bays, all of that, you'll see right here is the entranceway into the exhibition hall. And again, those hours were posted. There's restrooms close by. In order to get to the second floor, this is where the rest of the educational sessions will be occurring. There's elevators here, there's an escalator, and there's also stairs for those that would like to get a little extra stair climbing in during their visit. So that'll take you up to the second floor, which you'll come in here. There's a walkway here that comes around, and then you get to the grand ballroom area, which is the north end. So we're basically on the northwest bottom of level 1, and then we're on the north side of the convention center when we're on level 2. And we have the grand ballroom A, B, and C. All of the general sessions, debate sessions will be occurring in the grand ballroom B. Grand ballroom C is where we'll also hold some breakfast symposiums, lunch symposiums as well. Speaker ready room, all of those meeting rooms are here. And then up in the top on the east side, you'll see these rooms 235, 36, 37. This is the area where we'll be holding some workshops, the lymphedema hands-on wound workshop on Sunday, but it'll also be where all of our international sessions as different societies and representatives from societies and countries around the world will be presenting. So this is all on the north end of that. There are stairs out here that'll take you out into what's called the Collins Park. So during breaks, those kinds of things, it is possible to get outside and enjoy a little fresh air as well. Branding and sponsorship. Everybody should have received over the last week, 2 weeks, some updates on all of the branding and sponsorship opportunities that remain for the convention center. And I want to turn this over to Amanda. So I'm going to stop sharing. Amanda, if you'll jump on, and she's just going to quickly walk you through everything that's available for you to be able to make the most and get the most return out of your investment in this meeting.
All right, thank you, Dean. Welcome everyone to sponsorship. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger. All right, to review our sponsorship opportunities for UIP 2023, we do still have some of the Platinum Exhibitor and Gold Exhibitor that Dean mentioned earlier still available. We will probably be limiting these or closing these as we get closer to the event, probably around that July 14th date, just so that we can make sure that we can adequately fulfill all of these items that are included in the sponsorship and get appropriate recognition. We do still have a few breakfast symposiums available if you're interested in hosting your own educational content in those morning sessions. There's some on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday still available. but our lunch symposiums are currently sold out. Also, this year we are starting something new with the Phlebology Journal Abstract Supplement. So this is an opportunity to be the exclusive sponsor of the Phlebology Journal Abstract Supplement. And this is a special edition of the journal that will include all of the abstracts presented at the UIP 2023 meeting. We will be closing sales for this on June 30th and moving to more of an ad sales method for this. So it would just be a one-page ad as opposed to the opportunity to completely sponsor this. Let this be your own. You'd be able to share the supplement with anybody in your own network, as well as have this be exclusively branded for yourself. Additionally, we have Vane Magazine advertisements. The My VLS magazine has sponsored with Vane Magazine, and we are now kind of co-producing this publication, and there are still plenty of ads available for our sponsors to be a part of. The magazine will be distributed to all attendees at the UIP World Congress, in addition to the traditional Vane Magazine distribution. Sponsored emails. Event website sidebar ads are still an opportunity. And for any of these opportunities, as I go through, if I touch on them a little quicker and you have a question about them, feel free to put that in the Q&A or the chat, and I'll be glad to circle back and answer more details about them. The Healthy Veins book sponsorship. Registration packet inserts get distributed to all attendees on check-in. Push notifications through our mobile app. Attendee transportation, as Dean mentioned with the hotels, there will be buses going back and forth between the Lowe's and the Fontainebleau to the convention center. This would be an opportunity to help sponsor that transportation and get recognition for attendees as they're moving around from the convention center to their hotels. It's about a 10-minute walk from the Lowe's to the convention center. An attendee bag that will be handed out at registration. Event Wi-Fi that'll be available to attendees all throughout the meeting and will help them get on things like the mobile app, translation services, as well as just general access. Mobile charging stations, educational posters distributed in the exhibit hall. These are custom posters that the attendees can build with medical graphics of their choosing. The Walter DeGroot Scholarship for 5 resident fellows, medical students. This one we will be closing a little sooner as well on June 30th, just to, in order to have time to actually implement the scholarship program. Hospitality suites or meeting rooms are available. And if you do the full day, the full week hospitality suite, there is an entry header that can be branded with yours to make the room very clearly your own for that entire event. And our hospitality suites are these blue rooms, meeting rooms right here on the top. The exhibit hall and a entry wall. This is a huge wall right here as we go into the exhibit hall. This is our exhibit hall A that Dean was showing you earlier on the map. And so this is just a nice branding opportunity right next to that entrance right here as we're going into the exhibit hall. The escalator wall. And then also the elevator tower wall, which is, again, this is the entrance right here as we're going right in, a nice big wall, and it is across from the entry wall as you are walking in. There's an entry banner opportunity going over those doors into the exhibit hall. And also an exit banner. So this is that walkway where the escalators come up, going to those classrooms and head around to the ballrooms. You have the walls here that I mentioned earlier and an exit banner there as people head back around this corner towards the symposium rooms and as well as upstairs to the education rooms. Floor clings are an opportunity. There's 3 different locations throughout the exhibit space that you'd be able to place those. In front of the exhibit hall entrance, in the entryway, and over by the symposium and registration area. The escalators headed up to the education area. And then column wraps this year, there are plenty of columns throughout the whole space, as you can see, both upstairs in the hallways and downstairs. These are our symposia rooms here to the right and education spaces here to the right. And these are a great opportunity just to get some branding out there at a lower price point. There are plenty of columns available, so you can take as few or as many as you would like. And again, these columns follow all this area and then all the way around that whole upper area as well. The welcome reception is going to be in between some of our Sunday sessions and the opening ceremonies on Sunday evening. This will be in the exhibit hall and just a time of networking with attendees. Coffee breaks can also be sponsored. They'll be every day, morning and afternoon. And then the lymphedema hands-on workshop is also eligible for sponsorship. This was that Sunday morning pre-Congress session that Dean discussed in the schedule. It'll be a time of learning for attendees to really have some hands-on interaction with products and services, and sponsors will be able to be in that room as it is a non-CME session. Water stations are also going to be available in the exhibit hall, keeping people hydrated during the Miami heat. And that is all of our current sponsorship opportunities that we have available. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And as we close this up, Dean, I'm going to hand things back over to you.
Thank you, Amanda. And yeah, just in summary and all of that, I think, one of the nice opportunities with the World Congress this year in the Miami Beach Convention Center is that there are opportunities to get your brand and your message in front of people without spending a tremendous fortune. Yeah, if you want the 40-foot plus wall, great. That's going to be, cost a little more. But as Amanda emphasized, the column wraps are a terrific way where people are going to be walking back and forth. The amount of touches that you're going to be able to achieve with that. So, and if you have any ideas, anything else that you think of, hey, this is something we'd like to do, those kinds of things, feel free to reach out, let us know. We're always looking for, ways to accommodate what you're trying to achieve and accomplish, out of the meeting. So with that, let's get back and we'll skip over here. And Amy, if you'll come on, we want to talk a little bit about our logistics and everything going on that you need to know as far as interacting with the convention center and all of that. So Amy.
Hello, everybody. So this year is definitely a lot different than normal with us being in a convention center and not in one main hotel. So I did send out the exhibitor service kit yesterday to everybody through our exhibitor portal. I'm also going to be putting the exhibitor service kit inside of the exhibitor portal, so this way here you can have access to it at all times. Just a reminder that the carpet is required for your booth this year, as it is a non-carpeted space. And then just to touch upon some of the exhibition rules and regulations per the convention center, food and beverage is you cannot provide your own food and beverage. It needs to be provided through the catering service only. So if you have any sort of branded beverages or branded food items, they do need to just be approved through the catering service first, and that all is inside of the exhibitor service kit on the final pages, along with all the different order forms and contacts for the AV and your electric needs, and then also catering services if you want to offer any beverages or food inside of your booth. And then also when it comes to the shipping, it has to go through our general service contractor, AGS, because the Miami Beach Convention Center does not have an on-site shipping company. So UPS or FedEx is not located on site. Miami Beach Convention Center does not also sign for any packages. So if you ship anything to them, it's just going to be lost in shipping world. You can obviously go ahead and ship items to the hotel that you're staying at and carry them over if you would like to, but you cannot bring in any trolleys of any kind. So it has to be hand carried in. And that is it for this slide. Moving on to the accommodations, please make your hotel reservations as soon as you can. Our room blocks are closing probably, I think it's around August 31st. And if you have any questions regarding the room reservations, please contact me. We are housing the reservation system, and then once the room block closes, it will be going to the individual hotels themselves. But do not call the hotel themselves or the hotel individually, as I'm the one who's handling all the reservations. The Lowe's is our hub hotel, and it's at the great rate of $239. And then we have all of the different other hotels that are available. The Fontainebleau is not really a walkable distance, but as mentioned previously, we do have transportation services provided from the Fontainebleau and then also from the Lowe's. So if you're at any one of the surrounding hotels near the Lowe's, you can walk right over there and catch the shuttle on over to the convention center. Those scammers are out and about. So please, please, please make sure you are not providing your credit card information and making hotel reservations with somebody who contacts you stating that the Exhibitor exclusive rate is going to be ending soon at a whopping price of $199. I'm the only one that would be contacting you regarding room reservations or one of the actual 7 hotels themselves. But again, that would be closer to the time of our meeting anyways. So please, please be aware that the scammers are out there.
All right, thank you, Amy. And again, is any questions, those kinds of things around that? And as Amy said, yeah, the scammers are there. We already know they've reached out to a few of you that are planning to exhibit. So, please watch out for that. If it's not coming from, Amy, it's probably not legit. So keep an eye on all of that. Just quickly wanted to update you on registrations going well. For the time frame of where we are, we currently have 493 people registered, various types, again, mainly physician, but we've got a great turnout so far already of our allied health, both members and non-members. As you look at this, a small amount, you'll see virtual. The UIP World Congress, we will be live streaming one session. So there's at any given time about 6 sessions going on in parallel from the beginning of the meeting to the end. We only live stream a single session out to everybody. So when you're a virtual attendee, you kind of watch the one channel. However, all of our virtual attendees, as well as our in-person attendees, will have access. All of the sessions are going to be recorded this year, also including the satellite symposiums, the breakfast symposiums, lunch symposiums. All of that will then be posted in the Congress website following the meeting, and all registered attendees will have access to the entire session database all the way through March of 2024. So they've got about 5-6 months to be able to go back and interact with that as well. So, so while you see virtual, we expect that number to be fairly small, but they will have access to that. Now, where that is also key for all of you as exhibitors, right? Thinking about your in-person, and we talked about in-person booth, all of that. One of the things we didn't touch on yet is as part of your exhibition, there is a virtual booth or a web page. This becomes your company web page within the Congress. Make sure you take time and set that up. Think about the documents you would have there to download to attendees, videos, those kinds of things, the description. It's very important that you spend time and effort in making that exhibitor webpage as robust as possible. And the reason is that ends up being totally available to not only the Congress attendees through the end of March next year, but also it becomes part of the AVLS exhibitor or exhibitor catalog, corporate catalog kind of thing, where people can go to the AVLS website and find out about companies and services that are engaged in the field of venous and lymphatic medicine. So spend some time on that as well. You can see some of the workshops. The galas are already doing well in getting registrations and all of that. So we feel pretty good at where we are. Our goal is still to exceed 1,500 in total attendance, and that is not including our exhibitor personnel. And we've got the outside goal. I'm hopeful we'll see 2,000 people in Miami Beach as attendees from around the world, but also the U.S. Probably somewhere around, based on history, we're expecting around 1,000 to 1,200 out of the U.S. North America, really, U.S., Canada, Mexico. So, so even for those of you that are not international in scope, the North American presence, the U.S. presence should be very strong at this year's event. When it comes to registering your exhibition staff, as Amy said, once your balance is paid in full, then you'll be receiving your registration code for your exhibitor personnel, and we do have additional exhibition badges available for purchase in addition to that. So you'll receive that. If you have any questions on that, just reach out to Amy. She'll make sure you get what you need in that respect. Key contacts. We mentioned Amy, our Director of Meetings and Events here at AVLS, meetings at myavls.org. Amanda Godwin, anything around branding, sponsorship, questions that you have, all of the execution of all of those opportunities, who to get the artwork into, any of those questions, go to Amanda Godwin, Godwin at myavls.org. And then anything big picture in general, things you have questions, John Mangold is always a great first touch with that. And we'll try to figure out how do we make sure you get the greatest return out of your participation in this event. And always you're free to reach out to me as well. John and I are both pretty much responding to email, phone calls on a 7/24 basis. So any key questions, reach out, let us know what we can do to help you, again, get the most out of the event. Again, a thank you to those that have stepped up as our exhibition sponsors thus far, and a reach out to everybody on this call. You're investing a lot of time, money, people's time to come be part of this large Congress, and we want to make sure we all get the greatest return out of that. So as you leave today's conference as well, our webinar here, we ask you reach out, make sure you're contacting your customer base in the US and around the world. Encourage them to attend the meeting. Depending on the countries they're coming from, there's all kinds of discounts and different things available. We do have another opportunity where you can do an educational sponsorship and actually acquire registrations if you want to distribute those to your key opinion leaders around the world to participate. If that's something you look to do, just reach out to Amanda as well. But we would ask you to reach out to everybody, invite them to the meeting, let them know you're going to be there, and anything we can do to help you in doing that, whether that's providing artwork to link into your email strings as you promote your participation in Miami Beach, just let us know how we can help with that as well. With that, I think we've covered everything. Amy, Amanda, jump back on. I don't know if we have any questions. I know John, you and Brian have been taking care of those in the background as well. Did we miss anything? I think we got it covered.
I have a question from the audience. When will today's materials as presented be available or placed? They're interested in making sure they have access to it after today.
Amanda, how quick do we think we're going to get this recording turned around? And we're definitely happy to share the slide deck. Probably have to post it. It's fairly large with all the graphics.
Yes, here in the next couple of days, hopefully tomorrow at the latest, we'll have the recording posted online. We'll send it out by email as well to all attendees so that you can have the link to the recording as well as a link to download the slides.
Is there a LinkedIn hashtag that you would like us to use in promoting our involvement with UIP World Congress that we should be using when informing our customers or employees? Any of that LinkedIn communications or social media information, where would that be made available to us?
We've been using the hashtag UIP 2023 on all of our posts. I'll work on making available some of those promotional materials in our exhibitor portal as well for you to be able to access that.
What does the exhibitor badge make possible for our employees? Are we allowed to go everywhere and do anything?
Well, I'm not sure about the do anything part of the question, but as far as access, yes. Great question. All of the educational sessions will be open, provided there is room. Most of the meeting spaces are fairly large. Accommodating 300 to 500 or 700 plus individuals. So yeah, you're free to sit in any of those sessions. We do ask, though, as commercial entities, as employees, that during the Q&A sessions, all of that, you refrain from asking the speakers questions and all of that, because these are ACCME accredited educational sessions. But yes, no, we encourage you to go sit and learn. The learning isn't just for other physicians and healthcare professionals, but also for all of you. You'll benefit from a lot of the content. So pay close attention to the schedule and see what sessions make sense for you. In addition, you will get the lunch as well as access to the coffee breaks, those kinds of things as well.
When is the deadline for decisions regarding activities, sponsorships? When does things start to become limited on a production basis for UIP 2023?
Amanda?
A lot of things we're going to start wrapping up on either July 14th or a couple items on June 30th, as I noted going through. Primarily, we'll start closing sales and access to things on July 14th, and that is just so that we can make sure that we're hitting our production deadlines that'll be later in that month and early August.
So you've got about 6 weeks to make your final decisions and determinations of what you want to do and how to interact with the attendees in Miami Beach. So
regarding registration lists and early access for people who are coming to UIP, do we have dates and plans on when that might be released?
So typically we send out our registration list 3 weeks prior to, so your pre-Congress registration list, and then post-Congress, it'll be about 2 weeks afterwards.
So somewhere right around the end of August, 1st of September, you should have the pre-registration lists.
That completes all questions and answers I've received. Hold on, I just got another one.
So yes, Jenna, the pre-registration list, again, actually, so it's going to include emails, but it's only going to include those who have opted in to sharing their information. So that, yes, it will include the email addresses.
Great.
Questions?
I think we've done well. I think time-wise, we've done pretty well too. We're under 40 minutes. Again, thank you all. We're looking forward to hosting everybody in Miami Beach this year. As you can see, hey, I'm dressed, ready to go. Have fun with the exhibition. It is late September. Temperatures are going to be beautiful, probably around upper 80s, 85 to 90 kind of thing. So it will be, to the warm side for those of you, coming out of, Maine, Minneapolis, I'm sure you're going to be looking forward to a little sunshine, all of that, but have fun, be comfortable, and enjoy the environment. While it is a medical conference, and I'm sure from around the world, plenty of people will be dressed up in coat and tie and all of that. I would just plan to have fun, enjoy, make it an enjoyable time. So, let's see, anything else? I think we're good. Oh yeah, one more reminder. Something I totally forgot, and this is key to everybody, particularly as you're inviting around the world. All of the sessions are going to be translated from English. So the meeting's primary language is English. All of our presentations will be done in English, but we're incorporating artificial intelligence technology, AI technology, from a company called Wordly. And what this will do is provide simultaneous translation in every session. And that includes our satellite symposiums, the breakfast and lunch sessions as well. And that will simultaneously translate into 25 different languages around the world. The attendees, all they'll need is their mobile device, whether that's an iPad or telephone, and their own earbuds. They'll be able to listen to their selected language, but also on the device will be a written transcript in their language as well. So even the hearing impaired will be able to read along with the translation, and that'll happen simultaneously in all of the rooms. So as you're thinking about people to bring and from around the world, please know it's 25 different languages. I think all that's posted at the UIP2023.org website. I know we've sent out promotional materials on that as well. So great catch, John. Thank you. Because that's key, is a world meeting for everybody to actually be able to understand and come and be part of the meeting. With that, I'm going to sign off and want to thank everybody for their participation. Next time I see everybody, Miami Beach, September 17th through the 21st. Looking forward to seeing everybody there. Take care. Have a great day.